All right, everyone. Let me put my glove on. Let me step away for a second. Put my glove on. And feeling a little under the weather today. Been fighting a cold, but as you know, as we all know, the bees don't wait on anybody. So, what do we have? We've got this colony that's got about 2 frames of brood in there, and they're trying to do their thing. Hey, how's it going, Cajun? Good to see you. Then I've got this colony that is consuming the appy tablet really well, and they've got the fondant here that they're nibbling on. But I'm gonna try to give some bee power from this colony to this colony. So maybe let's prep this colony and get it ready. Maybe there's a frame I can pull out to give back to that bigger colony. Let's see what I got over here on this side. This black plastic frame or this wooden frame on the outside. It's probably good. Really, it's 64 degrees out today. It's not it's cold overnight, but it's been warm during the day. So that's an empty frame. Nice comb for him to lay in. And I had some over here too, so we'll set this down. This colony will probably start getting agitated once I start screwing around with it, right? And they're looking pretty good. And doing this one-handed, that's always fun. I'm just gonna make sure. Actually, let's do something else. I'm gonna do this a little bit different. Let's get a pro nuke. Let's see what's in here. If I can get it open. Pretty much nothing. Frame rest. That's about it. And I'm just going to shake bees into the pro nuke and then try to let them walk up the board. And that way, any bees that don't fly out of there are going to be nurse bees. And I'll bang them on here and let them walk in. And if I find a frame of brood that I can scavenge off here, we'll do that. Of course, now that I started messing with this outside frame, they're gonna start getting agitated, right? They're just drawing some comb. A little bit of comb they're working on. Let's just set that over here on the side. Give us some room here. Actually, let's just put that in the pro nuke. Let's do that. That'll be fine for now. And try to do this now. And they're going to get agitated probably. Make sure there's no queen over there. Piece of comb. Actually, I'm going to try to move that one in because that doesn't have much on it. Little tiny bit of pollen sub. That's heavy. That stores frame. So already I know I'm going to be moving that in, right? Move the stores to the outside. So let me see if I can find a spot here. I'm gonna have bees everywhere. No brood here. Just heavy with stores. That normally, what I would do is rotate these. So we're gonna start putting that in. Moving these frames with food on them to the outside. That's rotate it that way. There we go. See, they're eating the tablet still. They're doing a good job on the tablet. All right, so that's kind of curious there. Food on this one. Nectar, some red pollen. Mostly food, guys, on this one. Let's see. So I did want to do hive inspection. That's just stores and comb they're drawing up. Some brood on this side. There's actually some eggs in some of these cells. They're not very nice ones. Some brood, a little bit of brood over here. Let's see what we got. Hey, a drone. Baby drone. All right, so this has a bunch of eggs on it. I'm just checking to make sure I don't see a queen, because that would be tragic. But let's do this. Let's shake these bees into the box very gently. We're letting the flyers go, right? It's a drone. But this is all laid up. There's another drone down there. You can see her. See him, rather. Just trying to make sure some drones walking. There's no queen on here. And I'm going to start rearranging over here. Give me a second. So I want these eggs and all over here. It's just a frame with nothing. We'll give her that back over here. And gonna try to equalize this colony a bit. There we go. All right. So moved one frame with eggs. You see I've got nurse bees down there starting to collect, which is what I want. Yep, there went my pollen. A little piece of pollen. All right, so this is a full frame here. It's all laid up. And the next one is all laid up. So we've got slabs, we've got resources. I just want to make sure there's no queen in here, right? So we're going to shake these down in here. Nice. Just double check the frame. No queen walking. And they're going over here as well. So I've just added 2 frames of brood over here with all stages. And I'm getting some bees collaborating down in the box down there. Hopefully you guys can see everything I'm talking about. Let's just continue to check and see what we've got here. Slab. Look at that slab, y'all. Slab of bees right there. Really could use some more of these if they're nursers, because there's tons of bees down in there. I just am really looking for the queen, but these are pretty fuzzy bees. There's no room for the queen to really lay on here. It'd probably be all right to take some of these out too, as long as I've got enough nurse bees to take care of them, right? That's kind of the goal. And I apologize, I can't see the comments right at the moment. I got my hands all full. This is pretty heavy. This has got feed in it and a bunch of bees, and the next one's food as well. So queen's probably not on this one. Let me shake some of these bees. And what we're going to do is put this frame that they can use to lay up right there. I've got this one. Is it food both sides? It is food both sides. Let's see. See what we got going on the outside over here. This is heavy on one side. Look at that pollen frame. There's that food. I'm gonna put that in here on the top. There we go. Sorry if you guys couldn't see anything that I'm doing here. So we're gonna center these frames up a bit. And didn't I just there it is, the fondant. Oh look, I left food out. I'll put the fondant back on here. And I really want to, I'm not going to rob any more from this box here. This is these ladies' inner cover. Alright, pretty good. Let me just throw a jar on the hole here. There we go. And make sure this is centered up there. Good. Good. Alright, so obviously forager bees are flying back home. These bees are stuck. So those are kind of non-flying nursers right there, right? These will be added to that colony. But I think I'm going to try to shake a few more in here from this other colony, assuming they can afford them. And we'll work and see. This colony is not as prolific as the other one. Probably going to leave that one. Leave that one alone. Leave that one alone. Let me one of these smaller ones over here. I say smaller, but it's maybe not smaller in colony size, might just be smaller in boxes. Yeah, they got bees. Let's see. Come on, ladies, surprise me today. Nope, kind of small. One or two beetles running around. Now look at this. I want to show you this. You see those brown spots on there? Those are actually mites on top of that appy tablet. So they are reducing the number using that supplement, which I like. I like that idea. So we'll close that one back up. And I think some of these have the Kearney traits from the queen, from the bees last year, right? So let's find some more nursers we can do. I haven't checked this blue hive in a minute. And let's see. Yeah, they're not popping up to the top there. I know that one's got bees in it. Let's check some of these I'm not sure of. Like this one. Ooh, almost broke that jar. Almost. Beetles. Some beetles in this one. And I'm going to leave them alone. Not looking real great right now. Maybe that's all the nurseries I can get out of here. I'm not going to touch that one. I can touch that one. All right. Looks like we're going to mean colonies, or what has been known, the artist formerly known as mean colonies. And we'll see what we look like. All right, we got some bees up there. All right. I got some beetles. Now these bees, as you can see, are a bit feistier. They are a bit feistier. And if they get too hot, which it looks like they're going to be, I think I'll just cap these girls right back up because they're not liking it. And I got my first sting. So we'll do that on another time, this one. When I got my full suit on. Well, let's just work with what we got right now. I didn't want this to be a 27-hour video, but we're gonna We're gonna try this. So, what I'm trying right now is to let them, first of all, I'm doing a double check for the discount, double check there for the queen, just in case. But the idea is for these girls to find that front entrance over there. Let me come to the other side. For these girls to find that one little entrance hole. Oh, I mean, it's still in it. Why didn't I just dump them on the top, right? That's what you're gonna say? Well, we don't want them to get in that way. Bad side of this is I probably could take out another frame of this top box, which I will while they're doing their thing on the front and walking up, is we're gonna put this on the middle. And what I'm trying to do is give this queen a jump start, right? She's doing good. I mean, she just doesn't have many bees to work with. Oh, come on. So we're doing everything one-handed here. Go ahead and put a little bit of feed in there. Meanwhile, we're letting, and you know, in typical Bob fashion, I may give it some time, and I might actually end up just banging it in there. But they're starting. They gotta pass security. Hopefully, you guys can see it. But they gotta pass the security checkpoint right there to be able to get in. So it's gonna take them a minute to figure out that, hey, there's bees coming back to the colony. This is where we go. And I can still double check in here to make sure I didn't accidentally shake my queen in. But you see they bridge right here, so they know, oh, this is the way to go. But they're really not moving too fast right now. But one by one, they'll start going in there. So, like a dummy, I grabbed the inner cover that I needed for this colony, which is not ideal. And let me see if I can find something else to use. Maybe another, maybe this other lid right here or something for him to climb up on. Doesn't have to be a lot, but give me a second. Without. All right, well, that didn't work. Hold on. That didn't work very well. All right. So what do I got? I got bees on the front trying to get in. I got bees on this trying to get in. All right, there we go. So all I'm trying to do is get these extra bees to go in that box. And since they can't fly, it'll take them a minute, but they'll figure it out as they watch the other bees going in, right? And then I'm just checking down here to make sure I don't have a queen walking around. Got some drones. Got a little ball right here. What's that? Nope. No queen. Now they'll figure it out. And we want them to naturally get accepted to the colony. Look, just like that, when I flipped it around, they started bridging. Now they're going up to this cluster. It's really an effective way to add bees where they're slowly introduced into the colony, and that should help them with acceptance in. Make sure I got this. Yep. On there. And they'll slowly start walking in. You can see they're migrating towards the entrance right there right now. And hopefully you can see, either way I do it, I'm kind of in the bad spot because of the shadow. But right here at the end of my glove is the entrance. And you see they're starting to get their way of getting in. So I added, what, 2 frames of brood and a bunch of bees, and they've got the brood they've been working on, and they got an extra frame of food that I put in there for them, and they've got pollen patty. And they're just gonna slowly get their way in there. Once they figure it out, it'll be like a swarm, and they'll just start going in. Because these non-flying bees up on the box here have no alternative. That's where they've got to go. And they just start walking in, guys. And so when I start seeing stuff like this is when I start looking for, oh, is there a queen in here, right? That's what I'm kind of looking for. Or maybe they're just making a body there. Just double checking the fact to make sure that I didn't accidentally get a queen in there. But they're starting to move over and starting to walk in. They're just doing it very slowly. And hold on, I'm gonna walk away here so I can take my glove off and see because of the sun. I'll probably get stung now that I took my glove off. All right. Yep, they're just confused at the moment, but they'll get in there. But it's a good way to add some bees to a box. That's the exact same way that I usually do a starter finisher when I'm setting up for queens, is to do it like this. And it works. I mean, evidently if these bees on the box here could fly, they would have gone home already, right? But you can see they're just checking with the guards. Hey guard bee, I'm here to take care of you. That one on the end is fanning. They're starting to fan. Now these bees will start walking over. So didn't really do much to that colony, right? 2 frames of brood isn't going to hurt this big colony. 2 frames of brood in here might make this be a very successful honey producer this year. Hoping. We can hope. And the cluster will get smaller and smaller, and then they'll get in. But you see they're starting to fan over here. near the entrance, and these bees are starting to walk that direction. It's not a real quick one, but the weather's nice, so I don't, it's okay. And pick up my hive tool, drop my hive tool. And there you go. Let's see. Got the jacket on here, so I can't, it's hard to read the comments through the veil in the sun. So I'm gonna walk back away for a minute and see if I can flip you guys around. So my normally mean bees seem to be okay. A couple colonies still haven't gotten the memo. Sorry, I couldn't read it while I was doing it. Live chat. It's kind of weird. What I notice is the smaller colonies that I have are really eating the fondant, and I think that's just due to the lack of foragers that they have. The stronger ones not touching it so much. Show you my dilapidated I put this in the tree the other day and sprayed it with swarm rustler, and there's bees checking it out. So maybe they are getting the memo to get in there and catch some. Got one trying to get me in the head. And on glasses, the dark sun see. But that's the way that I do it. It's a little bit easier. As long as I make sure I don't have the queen, which I'm checking the frame when I'm pulling it out, right? I'm checking the frame. I'm also checking the bees that I've shook out, that there's no queen. No, I didn't get stung. They like my hair. I just smell too good. Too good for them. But, you know, I think sometimes we make things a lot more complicated than they have to be as beekeepers. You know, I shake the bees off the brood, at least most of them, right? A couple bees, it's not gonna be that big a deal. But if I were to take full frames of brood and pop it in there, well, then there could be an ensuing fight, right? If I took the bees and everything and just dropped them in there, because the amount of bees I'm adding is probably more bees than the colony has. So I prefer to do it that way. All the older bees fly off back home. The younger bees that can't fly are stuck. What'd you say, DC? Hold on. Disconnecting me right here, live chat. Really, I've got Wi-Fi all the way out here. That's the thing. I've got a Wi-Fi extender right on the other side of that wall right behind me. It just flips when a signal gets too weak. It'll try to flip to my cell phone service, which actually probably has better service than my wife does if I did it that way. But I apologize. My daughter just tried to call in and it flipped over. But let me see if I can. Yeah, I'm on my phone right now. And it keeps, I was walking in and out of the zone there. Let me see. Sorry you're getting dizzy, Sean. He gone, he's back, he's gone, he's back. We lost him. Let's see. I'll read the comments when I get back inside, the older ones, when YouTube allows me to. But yeah, guys, that's kind of, I just wanted to do that with that one colony. I mean, they were doing okay, but I want them to kind of explode in population over the next few weeks, and the only way they can do that with more bees. So that's why I did that. So anyway, guys, hey Dan, good to see you. I'm just wrapping up right now, so you might have to go back and catch the beginning of it. But yeah, just did a just equalized the colony with a couple frames of brood and some bees, and we're trying to get it done. It's like 64 here right now, but the problem is that it's getting to 36 at night, or 32 or 30. So it's one of those things where it's just not that good. But at any rate, guys, tell the president, El Presidente, I say hello. And we'll talk to you guys on the next one. I appreciate all of you guys. Thanks for all the support. Hey, don't forget to buy your swarm lure. Buy your swarm lure. From me. Or from Amazon. Amazon or me. That's the options. But buy mine. And you guys have a good day. And we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.